So we're here with Stephen Clemente, who has agreed to tell you guys his wonderful story about how he was inspired to start his business.
Well, thanks, Cheryl. My name is Stephen Clemente, and welcome to Extra Virgin and Semolina here in Mystic, Connecticut. Extra Virgin is a olive oil and vinegar artisan emporium where individuals can taste their favorite flavors, and Semolina is my pasta store. But the real story today is my grandmother. My grandmother turned 100 years old last year, and when I was thinking about what to get her for her birthday, I remember back to being a child. My childhood was basically that of a traditional Italian kid. We didn't have a whole lot of money. We were a lower middle class immigrant family, and everybody had to pull their own weight. And so my grandmother basically looked at me and said, "Stephen, you're going to be a tall kid. And by being a tall kid, we're going to get you in front of the stove at a very, very young age, and I'm going to teach you how to cook." And so that was my job as a child. My job was to be in the kitchen with my grandmother cooking. But one of the things that I remember about my grandmother more than anything else was her philosophy on food. And she would start every day with an ounce of olive oil, and every evening she would finish up her meal with an ounce of vinegar. Now, this was obviously way before the Mediterranean diet was in vogue. And so, seeing that as a child, that's what I thought every family did. Have olive oil and vinegar on their table. We didn't have salt, we didn't have butter, we didn't have any of the other things that my quote-unquote friends' families had on their table. So when everybody would come to my house and I would show them olive oil and vinegar, they would kind of look at me like I was crazy. Well, here we are, now 30 some odd years later, and I have this olive oil store. Well, why do I have it? I have it for the reason to celebrate my grandmother. I mentioned earlier that she turned 100, and when I was thinking about what to get her for her birthday, the idea just popped into my head that this would be an homage to her. So the store is actually her present. And everybody who walks into the store now hopefully walks out with a little bit of me and a little bit of her with every single purchase. So the flavors that we design and the experiences that we try to create inside of the store are set up in such a way that it takes us back to the old world with a little bit of a modern day twist. So I hope that you learn a little bit today. I hope that you have some exciting times in front of you, and it's a real honor to be in front of you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.